Have you ever felt a sudden shift in your life, as if you were waking up to a completely new understanding of yourself and the world? Spiritual awakening isn't a straight path. It's more like a spiral, looping through different stages, sometimes skipping ahead or circling back. No two journeys are exactly the same, but there are common experiences that unite us all. Today, we're diving into the 5 stages of spiritual awakening. By the end, you might have a clearer sense of where you are on your journey. The first stage is unconsciousness, a state where the ego dominates every aspect of life. At this point, thoughts and emotions run the show without any conscious awareness. The individual identifies so closely with their mind and feelings that they believe them to be the core of who they are. There's no real separation between the self and the thoughts they experience. In this stage, life feels reactive rather than intentional. Instead of shaping their reality, they feel like life is just happening to them. Struggles, setbacks, and traumas reinforce a belief in a lack of control. Any challenge is met with defensiveness, frustration, or negativity, as though the world itself is working against them. One of the biggest struggles here is seeing beyond personal perception. Everything is filtered through their own experiences and projections, making it difficult to truly understand others. This limited perspective creates a skewed view of reality, keeping them trapped in a cycle of unconscious living. But something eventually shifts. A realization begins to emerge, an awareness that life doesn't have to be this way. This spark of recognition marks the beginning of the awakening process, the first step towards self-awareness and a deeper connection to existence. As the journey continues, the individual enters one of the most transformative phases: ego death. This is where the tightly held identity, the constructed self built around labels like age, gender, race, status, and beliefs, begins to dissolve. Everything they once thought defined them starts to fall apart. Ego death isn't a physical experience, but a psychological and spiritual unraveling. The stories they've told themselves about who they are, what life means, and how the world works begin to lose their grip. Concepts around God, religion, success, and even personal identity get stripped away, leaving behind an unfamiliar emptiness. But this emptiness isn't a void, it's space. A separation between the ego and the observer self begins to emerge. In the unconscious stage, this observer self was hidden, buried beneath mental noise. Now it becomes more apparent. The individual starts to understand that they are not their thoughts, emotions, or the roles they've been conditioned to play. This realization is life-altering. The ego, once seen as the core of identity, is now recognized as a construct, something shaped by societal conditioning, past experiences, and learned behaviors. This stage can feel unsettling, even disorienting, but it also paves the way for a deeper understanding of the self. The illusions of the ego begin to fade, making room for something greater. From here, the journey moves into the next phase: the search. With the ego's grip loosened, a deep curiosity takes over. The individual embarks on a quest for truth, seeking to understand who they really are, why they were born, and what life is all about. This stage is marked by an intense hunger for knowledge. Books on spirituality, philosophy, and consciousness become a source of inspiration. Teachings from spiritual mentors and ancient wisdom traditions offer new perspectives. Thought-provoking videos and discussions spark a desire to go deeper. The mind is no longer satisfied with surface-level answers. It craves something real, something profound. The search is more than just accumulating knowledge. It's a personal journey of exploration. The individual begins to question everything they once believed to be true. They start seeing beyond societal norms, beyond the expectations they once blindly followed. They realize that truth isn't something external. It's something they have to discover within. As the journey of spiritual awakening deepens, a powerful shift occurs. An inner calling to explore spirituality beyond just concepts. Meditation, contemplation, prayer, or even channeling become more than just practices. They become doorways to a higher understanding. This phase is fueled by a strong desire to connect with something greater, to make sense of the changes unfolding within. At this stage, spiritual teachings begin to resonate on a much deeper level. Books, lectures, and personal reflections provide a sense of clarity and connection. Every new insight feels like a puzzle piece falling into place, revealing a greater picture of existence. There's a hunger for knowledge, not just for the sake of learning, but for experiencing truth firsthand. This is a period of deep exploration, where absorbing wisdom becomes second nature. The more one learns, the more they realize how much there is still to uncover. But this search isn't about finding all the answers. It's about unlearning old limitations and expanding into a new way of being. As the journey continues, a profound transformation takes place. The emergence of the authentic self. This is a stage where pretense starts to fall away. The masks worn for social acceptance, the roles played to fit into expectations, the need to conform, all of it begins to feel heavy and unnatural. Pretending becomes exhausting, and an undeniable urge to be real takes over. This phase is often met with discomfort. The person who once molded themselves to fit society's expectations now struggles to maintain that facade. They start to feel a deep pull toward their true essence, the self that existed before the world told them who they should be. It's a return to authenticity, reminiscent of childhood before conditioning took hold. The things that no longer align, relationships, careers, old habits, naturally begin to fall away. There's an increasing inability to suppress inner truth, making it impossible to continue living in a way that feels inauthentic. During this phase, major life changes are common. Some people leave jobs that no longer fulfill them, distance themselves from toxic relationships, or completely change their lifestyle to reflect their inner evolution. This transition can feel like upheaval, but it's simply a shedding of old energy, making space for what truly resonates. And it's not just external shifts. Deep internal transformations are taking place too. Past wounds, unresolved traumas, and old emotional patterns rise to the surface, asking to be acknowledged and released. It's a cleansing process, a necessary purge to step fully into alignment. This can manifest in emotional highs and lows, moments of deep clarity followed by uncertainty. Even physical symptoms, known as ascension symptoms, may appear as the body adjusts to new energetic frequencies. Heightened intuition, vivid dreams, moments of synchronicity, or even glimpses of multidimensional awareness become more frequent. The connection to self, to others, and to the universe strengthens. The world starts to feel different, not because it has changed, but because perception has expanded. The final stage of the awakening journey is stepping into a life of alignment. This isn't just about self-discovery. It's about fully integrating everything that's been learned and embodying it in daily life. There's no longer a struggle to be someone else, just a deep acceptance of who you truly are. Living in alignment means being in harmony with your soul, your mind, and your body. There's a natural self-compassion, an understanding that imperfections are not flaws but essential parts of the human experience. The need for external validation fades, replaced by an inner knowing that you are enough just as you are. This alignment also extends to relationships. When someone fully embraces their authentic self, they no longer judge or expect others to be anything but themselves. Compassion deepens, and forgiveness comes more easily. There's an understanding that everyone is on their own journey, doing the best they can with the awareness they have. It also means becoming your own nurturer, giving yourself the love, patience, and encouragement you may have needed earlier in life. As this self-love grows, it naturally extends outward, deepening connections with others and fostering a world built on kindness rather than expectation. But alignment isn't just about human relationships. It's about recognizing the deep interconnectedness of all things: nature, animals, the earth, even what we perceive as inanimate objects. This connection stops being just a concept and becomes a lived reality. A walk in nature feels different. A moment of stillness holds new depth, and even ordinary experiences begin to carry a sense of profound beauty. However, living in alignment doesn't mean ignoring the darker aspects of life. It means embracing the full spectrum of existence: light and shadow, joy and pain, beauty and struggle. Instead of resisting, there's an understanding that every part of the human experience has its purpose. Growth isn't about escaping hardship. It's about learning to navigate it with wisdom and presence. If this video resonated with you, share it with someone who might need it. And let me know in the comments, what stage of awakening do you feel like you're in? Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and most importantly, keep growing.